So I scroll down and look, it revealed the image each time I scroll to a new container, and when I scroll back up, it reverses. Just so goddamn satisfying. And there is actually 3 things going on here. We have the background, which is slowly changing each time, and then we have the text, which just behaves like a normal page scrolls up, and then we have the most important thing, the image, which is revealed each time. So let me go ahead and show you how to recreate this inside Elementor and just start from scratch. As you can see, I have this hero section, which is actually a header. I won't be showing you how to build that. I'll just go straight into the juicy stuff. So let's start off by creating a container. I'll just delete this and create the first container. And by the way, you can find all the images if you want to copy this or recreate it yourself down in the description below. So click on the container and make sure it's full width, set it to 100%, and go ahead and find a new container and drag it inside. This container should be boxed, and then set it to 1200 pixels and make the direction right. Okay, go ahead into styling and make sure the background is this navy blue, like that. And I see I forgot to remove the padding, so let's just do that. I'll just right click and open the navigator and make sure inside advanced that we have no padding like this. And by the way, just a quick side note, if you want to save time, you can just download this as a ready to import template and upload it directly into Elementor like this. And as a bonus, you will also get the entire landing page with this cool hero section. But for you guys who just want to build it from scratch, let's go back and continue. Okay, one last thing we need to do with the second container is go into advanced, scroll down to CSS classes and navigate to this link, which you can find in the description, and copy the first CSS class. Then I'll just insert it here. Okay, so now go ahead and drag in a new container inside that and make sure the container is 50% in the width. This container also needs to have a CSS class, and the next class is called left. So I'll just copy that and insert it here. And just to make it easier for yourself, then go ahead and rename this left. This left container is where all the text content will be. So that means the heading, the text, and the button. So inside the left container, go ahead and insert a new container. And I know it's a lot of container, but it just needs to be done this way in order for it to work. So inside the new container, go ahead and navigate to advanced and find my link again and set this class to desktop content. I'll just copy it and insert it here. And then add in the last container for now inside this again. And make sure this container is the view height of 100. Now you see how this changed. So view height 100. Make sure that content is justified so everything is centered, and go straight to advanced. Inside advanced, you will insert the next class, which is this section, and I'll just insert it here. Okay, now it's finally time to add some content inside. So I will drag in the heading widget, the text widget, and a button like this. I'll just quickly make this white. Now, one important thing to remember, or else this won't work, is that the heading should have a class, and that class is called reveal. And I'll just copy it and set it in here. And we can just style this later. Okay, now to the fun stuff where we will create the image reveal over here. So go ahead and find the left container and duplicate it. And then call this right. And you'll also have to go inside advanced and just remove this CSS class. This should just be empty. Let's open the right containers over here and go inside the second section. I'll just quickly close this so we don't get confused. This container needs to be boxed or else it won't work. And then go into advanced because we have an old class here because we duplicated it. So go ahead and delete that and just leave it empty. And then go into motion effects and activate the sticky at the top and toggle on stay in column. And now go ahead and delete the content because we just want an image inside. And also remember to click on the container, the last container we made, and delete this old CSS class and insert this desktop photo. I'll just copy it and insert it. And in here you also have to activate the sticky top effect and stay in column. Okay, now let's add the image. But just remember that this should also be in a container. This is the last container, I promise. Inside the container we'll just set the image background, so that's why. I'll just go ahead and make sure that the minimum height is 600 pixels. And let's choose the image now. Let's choose this one. And set it to center, you know, all the usual stuff, no repeat, and cover. Also make the border 40 pixels, the border radius. Go inside advanced, we are almost there, just add in the last class. I'll just go ahead and copy it. And then make sure the position is set to absolute. And the last one here, the vertical orientation, should just be in percentage, and then delete the 0. Okay, now it's time for the secret ingredients, a few lines of code. So go ahead and search for the HTML widget and place it all down here at the bottom. Don't worry, you don't have to write any code, just insert it. So go to my link again and find this copy button and insert it. Okay, so now we just need something to scroll upon, or else we can't see the effect work. So I'll just quickly duplicate this, the last section, so we have something to scroll on. Now you can see there's 2, and I'll do the same over here. I'll just find the last section inside right, there it is, and duplicate it. And just go ahead and change the image. You can't see it because it's behind this right now, but I will just go ahead and change it to this image. Alright, so let's click update and see the magic happen. I'll show it in a new page and scroll down. This is the big moment. And there we go. It's so cool. But what if you want to change the background color of this section so it matches your photo? I'll show you that in a minute, but first we'll just add the 2 other sections down here.
A few moments later.
So now we have 2 more sections. This green one and this brown one. I really like the brown one. Let's just, for example, change the color of this second section to red. So you go inside the Elementor editor and find the JavaScript code. On line 10, you can see there is some color codes here. So this is actually the first section, the second section, and so on. So on the second section, I'll just delete this and change it to a color code that is red and click update. And now you can see it's red. Okay, one last thing. If you have any trouble with this and it doesn't look like my end result, there is something you can do, and I just added some extra code in case of that, and that's down here at the bottom. So this is some CSS, and I'll just quickly show you where you have to insert it. The first here, just copy that and go inside our editor again and find the first container we made. Go ahead and find custom CSS and insert it here. And the other part of the code, just copy that and go all the way down to the right container, find the third container and go inside the custom CSS and add it here. In the next video, I will show you how to play a video on scroll. You can watch it right here.